cooking apa?
Hi, this is Cooking Appa. Today I'm going to make a tofu stew using my cast iron pot. Now, as you can see from here, I actually have one piece of egg tofu, one piece of pressed tofu, and one piece of smooth tofu. This is very not common. Basically, no one at any restaurant would cook this way because each different tofu has their different time of cookness and they all have different characteristics. But what am I using 3 tofu today? Because I am trying to clear my fridge. That's all. Okay? So at home you don't have to mix all the 3, you can just use one of them. Alright? So I have one marinated about 100 grams of minced meat. When I buy minced meat, people actually ask me what's the between the fat and lean meat that I buy. I usually mix about 70% lean meat with 30% fat meat together. Okay, and I have some mixed color capsicum here. All right, you can replace it with any other veggie. I have some chopped onions, I have some garlic oil. And this is actually very important. This is actually the stock. I have this is pork broth. Right. So let's start cooking. Okay, 2 things to be noted whenever you are using a cast iron pot. First of all, always add the oil inside a cold pot, meaning before you heat it up, you should actually put in the oil already. This will prevent sticking at the bottom later. Okay, and secondly, when you are using a cast iron pot, as the heat is building up slowly later, try not to push this to super high heat. Okay, because the heat retention of cast iron wok is actually very good. You don't have to go to that the most high heat. All right. So first of all, we will saute our minced meat. You can choose to saute until, well, what we want here is we want to render the oil out from the minced meat itself. So this process may take you easily 2-3 minutes. Alright, so we'll come back shortly. Okay, this is after about 2-3 minutes sauteing. I'm going to add in some garlic oil, just to give it more flavor. Immediately I can smell the garlic. Okay. I'm going to add in some of my dried fish powder. You can actually find my dried fish powder in a video in my in this channel also. I'll try to put in the link to this video later. Ooh, very fragrant. Okay, you can put in the veggie. You don't have to stir fry for saute for too long or for the veggie. And then put in our stock. It's not enough. I'm going to add in some water as well, hot water. Okay. So what we did just now was to saute out all the nice flavor from the ingredient, so that the moment we put in the water, this water here will be very flavorful. Of course, not forgetting we are also using the stock. Don't worry about too much water later, because I'm going to do, this is going to be a starchy dish later. So I'm going to starch the dish, so the water is going to reduce. Okay, we are going to bring this to a boil, then only I'll add in our tofu. We'll come back shortly. Okay, our stew is starting to boil, and let's do some seasoning before I add in the tofu. Oops. Ooh, it's finishing. Okay, it's about 1 tablespoon or slightly more than 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce. Use some salt, followed by some sugar. It's now already very flavorful. You can even just drink this soup. I purposely make it more soupy today because I'm quite sick today, so I need some more gravy to go with my rice. Yeah, you actually feel better with the gravy. I'm going to add in some fish sauce also. Okay. Now we can add in our tofu. The first to go in is the pressed tofu. After that, I will put in my smooth tofu. Okay. And last but not least, I'm going to put in my egg tofu. Now I'm actually started to think whether I want to make it into a stew or make it into a tofu soup. I think both will taste nice. Let's decide later, okay? Very softly, you don't want to ruin your the shape of your tofu, so very softly you give it some stir. Okay, and let's wait for it to bring it to our boil, and let it boil for about under medium heat for about 5 minutes. Everything should be cooked by then. Okay. Alright, now you are actually seeing the steam coming out. Whenever you see a steam coming out from a cast iron pot, you can actually tone down the fire a little bit. Okay. And now it's about slightly more than 5 minutes, about 6 minutes right now. Let's see what we have got. Ooh. Very, very fragrant. So how do you know your tofu is cooked? You can tell by seeing the tofu starts to expand, become bigger. Okay? So now my tofu is definitely cooked. If you are not using a cast iron pot, you may need about slightly longer time, okay? Let me do some final seasoning right now. Very, very sweet. I can give it, let's do some final seasoning, give it a bit more salt. And fish sauce. Okay. With some light soya sauce. Okay. Just nice. So let's do some final steps. I'm going to starch it. First of all, before you starch, always off the fire. Okay. I have about I use about 2 tablespoons of starch powder, mixed with about 5-6 tablespoons of water here. Slowly we add in the starch. You can control the thickness of your starch by yourself. Appa usually don't like my dish to be too overly starched. Okay. It is still quite watery if you ask me, but that's fine. Okay, you can make it more starchy if you want, but not me. Okay, it's up to you. Then I'm going to add in an egg on top. Can you see my egg becomes smooth egg? Yeah, very beautiful smooth egg. Right, and then I'm going to show you the final display. Okay, let's do the final display right now. We have some spring onion. Gently mix them. Okay. And put some on top. And give it a few dash of white pepper. Right, there you go. This is my tofu stew. So for those who like my video, do share on your Facebook to your friend. Come to Cooking Appa Facebook fan page. You click both the like and follow button. Subscribe to Cooking Appa YouTube channel, and not to forget to click the little bell, the notification button, so that every time Appa upload a new video, you will be notified. And Appa upload average 3 to 5 new videos every week. Okay, and also follow Appa on Instagram. Thank you very much. Bye bye.